In this episode, we get to explore the city of Santa Marta in Colombia, and the kids share their experience of doing an open water PADI scuba dive course.
Yeah, Santa Marta's got a real kind of febrile, energetic energy to it. It's kind of, they're surrounded by the mountains, and every evening there's these really dramatic thunderstorms.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho, hey, along for the ride. Ho, hey, I'll stay by your side.
So Colombia is it's a beautiful country. It obviously has its problems. It's not the richest or most developed country in the world, but and it also suffers from a lot of migration from Venezuela at the moment, which means that there's a lot of sort of desperately poor people here. It's recommended that you don't spend any time on anchor. Really, you kind of have to stick with the marinas. So in that respect, I mean, Santa Marta Marina is not that expensive for the facilities you get here. It's really great. The bathrooms are clean. It's got an air-conditioned study room, so the kids are enjoying that. It's got a cafe bar area.
I'm getting this nice smoothie in the marina Santa Marta in the middle of school. So to keep me going, I'm going to get a smoothie.
There is running water, but it comes straight from a river apparently, and it's not drinkable. And so they have got one filter which kind of drip feeds drinking water into a container, and that has to feed the entire marina. That's just all the drinking water in the entire marina, unless obviously you go out and buy bottled water, which we don't like doing because of the plastic bottle situation.
Welcome to Colombia.
So we're just exploring the streets of Santa Marta, and it's absolutely crazy out here.
Posso saber que você aonde levou esse trem assim pra mim. Eu não quero saber de madrugada, eu não quero cansar, sempre esperando te ouvir.
So this is day 3 or 4, I can't remember, I've kind of losing count. But anyway, we've been out on the outer pontoon over there. We haven't had any electricity because they're American pods, not European pods. They're going to move us to where there's a European adapter, but they haven't. But it's got no cleats at the moment, so they're moving some cleats from another berth to that cleat, so we can have cleats and a European pod to plug into, because most of the pods around here are 110 volts and we need a 220 volt one. They seem to kind of move the pods and the cleats around depending on which boats are in. They did kindly jury rig one of the pods, but they recommended that we didn't use it. So we're plugged in but not actually using it. So that's another reason for moving.
So we're at this Delhi supermarket and you can get food here at the counter. So for about 100,000 Colombian pesos, which sounds a lot, yes, it's not though, we managed to get 3 burgers with Cokes and 2 kind of Delhi baguettes. $23, that's how much it cost us. We are going to get so fat in Colombia. Football is a big thing in Santa Marta, but then so is fishing, and we were really surprised to see them still using the traditional methods of hauling nets up the beach, with their catch of the day in it. Okay, so there's overflowing sewage here, and the locals are really resourceful. So what they've done is they've built this bridge, and now they're charging us to get across the bridge. So we just give them a bit of coin, and then we can use their bridge to get across.
So it's been a busy few days. Day before yesterday, we went to the mall. Which is about a 15-minute taxi drive away, but it was only about $2.50 for a 15-minute taxi drive. How's the taxi journey?
Good.
Yeah, they have these little taxis that you get in, and they dart about.
And it was worth it for the entertainment value in itself. Oh, then we went out in the town to celebrate some of our friends' birthday. Eating out around here is really cheap and good value.
Everybody put your hands up. Come on. Si tú quieres gozar, si quieres bailar,
The kids wanted to learn to scuba dive, so we booked them into an open water dive course at Caribbean Pro Dive.
So today I'm taking the PADI open water dive course so I can dive in all these places in the Caribbean. Yes, I'm ready.
The diving would take place on the edge of the Tayrona National Park.
On our way to the dive site we were taught how to use the respirators.
What is the most important rule in the dive?
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
We were taught how to clear our masks, which could also be useful in snorkeling and free diving.
Once we arrived there, we learned how to put on the weight belts.
Back.
We had to go in backwards because of the heavy air tanks, which was actually quite fun.
Are you okay? Okay.
It was quite scary because the tanks were pretty heavy, but we inflated our BCD before we went in, which gave us good buoyancy.
It was quite surreal having a lesson under the water, but it was definitely very fun. We had different tasks like taking our jacket off underwater. It was a stressful but interesting task to do.
When we took our masks off underwater, the snorkel got caught in my hair, which made the whole thing much more challenging than it probably should be.
I think the worst task was probably taking my mask off under the water because I still had salt water in my eyes, but I didn't want to fail the test, so I had to last the whole dive with my eyes stinging.
We learned how to share oxygen in case one of us ran out of air underwater.
There are 3 types of buoyancy when you are diving. Positive buoyancy, negative buoyancy, and neutral buoyancy. Positive buoyancy is when you are ascending. Negative buoyancy is when you are descending, and neutral buoyancy is when you're doing neither.
How was it? Tell me.
With snorkeling, basically, you just go down and up, and you can never really go there. But with diving, you can actually go like down and stay down.
So, how was your first dive?
We saw a boxfish, a cowfish, and some brain coral.
We then moved to another location further along the coast to do our second dive of the day. This dive was deeper and there was more wildlife.
The dive was actually quite easy and you can get by with just doing what the instructor says.
We learnt how to ascend safely and do safety stops.
Well, today we're going on the second of the 2-day PADI course with the kids. Even though Arenka and me are both rescue divers, they're going to allow us to go with the kids on the second part of their course.
I agreed that the instructor looked like a Colombian version of Will Turner from Pirates of the Caribbean. We had to keep track of our air to make sure we didn't run out. I'm glad I did the course because now I have qualifications to go diving whenever I want. I even went on Christmas Day with one of my friends.
I'm proud to have my certificate because now I can dive wherever I want all over the world.
first time I ever went diving, and it was really cool because I could breathe under the water.
A big thanks for watching, and especially thanks to our patrons who make these videos possible. If you'd like to become part of the Patreon family, then follow the link in the description below, or just put Mothership Adrift Patreon and I'll take you to the right place.
You and me, we're family. The bond that we share is as deep as the sea. No matter how rough things may come to be, you and me, we're family. Sing ho, hey.
Thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing, and don't forget we have another channel which is dedicated to boat maintenance called Mothership Maintenance. So it'd be great if you subscribe to that too. Thank you. And don't forget to check out our new t-shirt designs available on our merchandise store.